Hey, one and all, welcome to the new year and to the Disc Only podcast. Did it break? Oh my god, it's still working. It's a Christmas miracle. Welcome one and all to Disc Only, the podcast that wonders why CSS would change. Why? I'm Proton John.
I'm Tom Fox, and why?
I'm Steven George.
And I am Jared, and it's the year of the bunny rabbit, and I'm very excited about that.
It is. I
means
celebrated the
you're
first day of the year of the rabbit by hunting rabbits in Pokemon.
I shall become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Yep. It's like that whole Mercury in Tardigrade or whatever retrograde thing, but instead it's the year of the rabbit. So now Jared is all powerful.
Oh my god!
Is it the year of the rabbit?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
It will be in the end of January. I think it's like January 20th.
Oh, yeah,
Chad
yeah.
told me.
on our. I don't even make these decisions because I don't control anything on our own streams. But every year we have a new theme that I don't decide on. And last year was shrimp, and this year's theme is frogs.
Ah, that's why the picture I saw had you drawn as a frog.
Yeah. So the 2023 is the year of frog. So
For
hearing anything else, I'm like, what?
So yeah, because like I was there was that really cute fan art that was done, and I'm like, I understand me, but why is Steven a frog? I was so confused. I did like the Apple Watches though. The Apple Watches was a really good touch.
I can't believe you all had
If
Apple
it had been
Watches in the
drawn
damn
12
picture.
months sooner, I would have been a shrimp or something.
Steven would have been a shrimp. I gotta get you on my Apple Watch, Jared, so you can show fitness.
Absolutely.
Oh my
We need to do that
God.
before Mag, because we
Yep.
need to figure out who's going to be more tired.
Just based on calorie burn and who had the most activity.
Yep.
Oh man, I feel like now we haven't necessarily confirmed this, but I think Steven and I are playing a game where we're trying to figure out if the messages we're sending back and forth to each other are actually pre-made or if we're making them to make them look pre-made.
Like the Apple Watch pre-made messages. Oh
Yes.
no.
So I started doing it today, and I think Steven caught on. I sent him one that said "going the distance," and it was an ambulance emoji. He later responded with "stay on the move," and it was a cop car emoji.
I'll have you know that mine is absolutely real. It's definitely
No way! Come on.
Everything I've sent to you is real. Especially the one that was like, "You'll be dead soon."
I mean, you'll be dead soon. Well, okay, no, that was a response to a response. Because you said, let me see if I could find it. Oh yeah, because it was right before I sent you that Randy Felt face thing. Let me see.
John, are you experiencing FOMO yet?
No. I'm
This
more
is-
so
this
feeling
is all
concerned more
designed.
than anything.
The pre-canned message that Steven sent me was working on leaving the living and a skull emoji. And then I said, I refuse to believe that's a canned response. And Steven responded, "You'll be dead soon," with a gravestone emoji.
What are Apple programmers okay?
No, they're not. I thought that was obvious.
It's like when you like the fortune cookie that says "Help! I'm trapped in a fortune cookie factory."
Yeah. Oh my god.
It is a very fun game to send someone something and have them look at their wrist and be like, "Wait,
that is not real.
is this real?" And then they question it. It's one. Actually, I'm gonna let you in on something. Yesterday, Josh had finished a workout, and me and Mao were together, and it popped up on both of our wrists. And I was like, "Oh, Mao," I was like, "We have to send the same message at the same time."
You
because
did
then
that
Josh
to
will be
me
like,
too.
Oh, did we? Oh, I don't
Yes.
even remember. We sent one that was like, "Keep on moving," and we had a picture of a cow. And like that's how you gaslight someone. I mean, you
Why
have
are you
multiple
gaslighting your
people.
friends?
It's out of fun and love. You just start sending these intricate messages with other people, and then before you know it, they're like, "Yep, that's real."
I had to rush to get a bunch of messages out because on like last week, Steven, Mal, Josh, and Dan all went for a walk at the same time, and I got all of their notifications. Like, motherfucker, I'm gonna respond to all of these.
Aggressive friendship.
See, you're really just talking me out of getting one of these at this rate. So it's like, oh, it just annoys you constantly when your friends do things and you're not. Yeah, no, screw that.
There were a bunch of them. Also, Mal just sent me no, for completing a workout. Let's see, where was
anyway, John, I just want you to know that me, Jared, and Tom have all been hired by Apple.
I believe this.
God, I freaking wish, bro. God.
To make you be like, well, maybe I'll pick one of these up. It doesn't seem to be working out.
I believe you, and I am not, in fact, being gaslit.
Where was it? Because there was like one where I sent. I can't find it. Basically, like, oh yeah, I sent Mal. You pinged me for that, and I sent Josh. Ugh, for that walk that you went on. Why is that a canned response? Ugh.
Maybe I shouldn't get y'all's number.
Mal says it was no with an emoji, Tom.
That's true. It was no with an emoji. Which emoji was it? The shouting emoji.
Maybe I'll just stick to me and Erica going back and forth.
Might be for the best.
Oh man.
But Jared, don't you want to experience psychological torture through verification of your workout and emojis?
Well, yes, but actually no.
I mean, so it is fun knowing that when you do an exercise, that there are going to be people say a stupid thing to you. It's like a free comedic bit. Like, you don't have to go to the comedy club. Like, I just know that when I finish walking for 25 minutes, that Tom is going to say something at me, and I'm like, that's funny, and I'm okay with that.
You know what? You've sold me, Steven. I will be getting y'all's digits. Is that a thing you say? I don't know anymore. Am I hip? I have no idea.
I'll pull out my old LG flip phone and you can get my digits.
I will get your Apple ID or whatever the frick it's
there
called.
we go.
And do it that way.
Yeah, I'll get you in on mine after the show. I have continued to do this. So on the last disc only, I just gotten it. I just gotten the watch. So since I've had it, I haven't missed a single day. I've finished my rings every single day. I've done 30 minutes of exercise every single day. I think at this point I can call this a habit. And that's cool. That's like good. Like I'm moving my body.
I can tell I'm tired because I heard you say, like, I haven't missed a day, and my brain was like, well, yeah, that's how time works. The watch isn't going to make you miss any days. That's the opposite of how reality works.
I'm sliding into the future, John.
So the next thing we got to get you into, Steven, is weight training, and then we'll have then you'll be too powerful, and we won't be able to contain ripped Steven George at TRG Coliseum.
Bro, I need to see ripped Steven George, like 100%.
I mean, I also want to. I don't want to be ripped Steven George, but I would like to see him. I'd like to meet him and be like, man. Neat.
You have just opened the floodgates for freaking fan art there, by the way. I just want you to know that.
There's that one person in John's community that like photoshops our heads onto buff bodies.
Buff Ton John, all that.
They haven't done that in ages, so.
There was a buff freaking Jules as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Manly Jules, I believe, was the name for that
one. Manly Jules.
I do have a brief story. I was telling this a little bit on Breakfast Stream this morning, but it's still in the wheelhouse of exercise, so I'll get it over with so the entire podcast doesn't become the exercise podcast.
Please, it's this podcast.
I've been doing the walks every day. I've been trying to make sure that I walk for half an hour, and I had a conversation with a friend a few weeks ago that I was interested in doing a little running, and I had run home for part of the walk that I did a few weeks back. And he was like, hey, don't run for the first month. He's like, you need to walk. And he also said like a ton of other information that I completely filtered out. And I fixated on the part of don't run for a month, but then you can run. So it's January now. So yesterday I was feeling pretty good. I had a pretty good amount of rest. I was feeling nice. I went outside and I was like, you know what? I'm a run. So I, instead of hitting the walk button on the watch, I hit run, and I just sprinted I just sprint. I mean, I just went balls to the wall, full power, run. I mean, like
For how long, Steven?
So here's the thing. I ran a solid like minute, the fastest. Like I was sprinting as hard as I could, and then the next 3 minutes after that were still like pretty damn fast. I finished.
But you were like in a jog.
I did a half a mile in 4 minutes. Is how fast I ran.
Holy frick! Okay,
Yeah,
That is the fastest I've ever run in my entire life because I've never been able to run more than 20 seconds without feeling like I was going to die. So this is like
that's solid. That's an average of 7.5 miles an hour.
Well, here's the thing. I am excited because that is like measurable improvement. I went from having a completely sedentary lifestyle. I have done 30 minutes of walking for a month, and now I went to do a run, and I did do a run.
That's how you
now
start.
Here's the problem.
You got to start. You got to start small. But what? What's
Yo,
the problem?
we're gonna get to that, Jared.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that. There is some downsides to this story. So I had run the half mile in 4 minutes. I was like, awesome, this is great. And then my body was like, you're going to die now. So I finished out that mile, not at that same pace. I think I had like 10 and a half minutes for the first mile, but I still was trying to hit 30 minutes of exercise. So I had 20 more minutes to go. So I had to keep like pushing in order to do this. So it would be like a hard jog and then a bit of a walk and then a light jog and then a bit of a walk and then I would sprint again. It was just doing all of this stuff. I get home and I'm completely exhausted. When I walked in, Mal was upstairs and she was like, "Hey, how was your walk?" And I could not physically speak to her. And I was like, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, and she was like, do you need me to come downstairs? And I was like, uh-huh. So I collapsed into my chair, and Mal came down and got me some water and started talking to me. She's like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I ran." And in my brain, I was like, Mallory's going to be so proud of me because I did a run. Mallory was furious. She was like, "Do you not know that you can't do that?" And I was like, "Well, clearly not. Like, I didn't understand that I can't do that." She's like, "You have to work into it. You can't just go outside and sprint for 4 minutes when you've never done that in your life." And I was
That's
like,
very true.
Oh,
You gotta jog it. Set a reasonable goal for yourself, like hitting that mile in like 10 minutes or something like that.
So I went back and I was talking to my buddy Thomas, who is the runner of the group and has given me great advice that I threw away. And I was talking to him again, and he was like, "Yeah, you can't really do this." He's like, "Don't get me wrong, bud. You're doing good. I'm impressed at what you did." He's like, "But if you do that, you're going to hurt yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, I totally understand that."
There's a fact that I want to check coming from chat. Did you do this in jeans and flannel?
Yeah. So okay. So So here's the other part of the story that I did not know was a problem until I was talking to my buddy Thomas. He's like, "Do you have workout clothes?" And I was like, "What are those?" And he's like, "Please, dear God in heaven, please tell me you did not go running in jeans and flannel." And I was like, "Whoa, that's what I got, Thomas." Like, whoa. And then Thomas tried to explain what chafing was like, and I was like, I ain't had any of that. He's like, "Well, you should probably try not to do that because it's going to be bad."
You are gonna have that afterwards.
I can't believe they still make this. So what you just described, Stephen, unlocked a memory of like an ad that I would see regularly in one of the old VHS tapes we had like recorded off the TV. I'm gonna pop it in the general chat. Have you ever heard of sweatsuits, like sauna suits?
Yeah.
They look like not like track clothes, but like they look like garbage bags. I just linked it in the general chat.
Oh, the actual suits you wear.
Yeah, they look like garbage bags, and it was exercise like, yeah, you'll sweat all the calories off of this by doing absolutely nothing, and they straight up lied.
Well, yeah, you're just gonna dehydrate yourself. That's basically what they do.
Steven, 50% of me wants you to get this suit for your jogs, and 50% of me wants you to live. So
I'm glad that there is an even amount of you.
well, okay,
that
let
wants
me
to live and
rephrase
die.
that. It's more like 80-20. 80 to live,
Okay,
20
that's pretty good.
for the suit.
That's pretty good.
So I want y'all to know that I went and looked at my Peloton thing, right? Because it tracks my workouts. And Steven, I will meet you on that running field of I freaking hate running. I've done over 200 workouts, and according to Peloton, I've only done one running workout in the past year because I freaking hate it so much, dude. I'll do anything other than that, anything other than running.
And I do want to like circle back around and reiterate the same sentiment as last month. I'm not interested in becoming a pro athlete, and I'm not interested in becoming buff or any of these things. I just want to like increase my overall health. I did do a bad yesterday, because of that run, but otherwise things are good. I can't walk today, but it's a learning experience, and I have learned not to do that again. So I probably would take a week of just walking, and then I'll like very carefully add in
a little bit of a jog.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. If you do ever get started into weight training, just maybe build up some more muscle where it matters. Helps you move those boxes when you inevitably move again during a coliseum. The first day you finish that, like the following 2 or 3 days is going to suck. You will not be able to move your arms correctly, depending on like what you do exactly. Because like sometimes like if I haven't done bicep curls in a long time, get through those. The following day, it hurts to straighten my arm out.
John, I'm going to buy you an Apple Watch and give it to you.
No, absolutely not. What's
John,
it even going to sync to?
Yeah, you don't have an iPhone, do you?
No, I have an Android.
In
fact, I
Jared,
just got a new
buy him an
Android
iPhone and an Apple Watch.
Hold on.
I just got an S22. I'm not getting a new phone.
Hold on, let me see here. And
I think they do make smart watches for Samsung.
They do. They're Samsung
for Android.
smartphones.
Yeah.
But I also
they do.
I have something that already yells at me when I forget to do something. It's called my brain and ADHD, so I'm good.
Fair enough.
John? What if we got you a Pokemon Pikachu and we just put a wrist strap on it?
Didn't those come with wrist straps? I thought you could there was like a watch accessory for it.
Was there?
I think they were.
What if we gutted a Pokemon Pikachu, inserted all the mechanics of like a Pixel watch into there, and then gave it to John?
Can I raise Pikachu while being yelled at about all my friends running around?
Pikachu! Steven went for a jog.
Oh, you want to know what is a load of crap? And maybe someone has got an answer. Not you guys. You won't have an answer. But maybe Chad will have an answer. The watch has its own entire like operating system. It has its own little app store. You can download things for it. And like I have no interest in that because like what am I going to do on my watch? However, one of my first thoughts was like, oh, it would be really neat. Tamagotchi. And there are apps that are like modern type of Tamagotchi. I'm like, I don't want that. I want like the
original,
just the blocky original Tamagotchi, and that doesn't exist. And I'm like, how is that market wide open?
I want
to take care of a little pooping creature on my wrist.
Like
get a sugar glider.
Yeah, get a bird, sugar glider, basically anything. So like I wish that there was like better Pokemon Go what is
for the watch?
Like, yeah, I wish there was better Pokemon Go stuff for the watch, because like I was really into Pokemon Go whenever it first came out, and I had the watch, and it's like, oh well, you could just press this button once or do something with it. It's like there is such a big market for this. Like, why do they not have anything good with that?
It just functions like the Pokemon Go Plus then, yeah? Where it's just like it'll alert you, and then you hit a button and it's like you're catching a Pokemon or you're spinning a stop or something along those lines, right?
Those are kind of the same thing, but like I just want it in the watch itself. I'll tell you what was really cool though was the Pokeball with the Pokemon Go or whatever.
Yeah, I love that.
Bro, I freaking carried that sucker around and was catching Pokemon with the Pokeball. That right there was like peak Pokemon Go for me. I love that, man.
It was also like I kind of wish like they had done a little bit more with it because remember the Pokewalker from Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
Yes, I had that. I loved it.
I kind of wish they had like done a little bit more with it where it's like because you could take your Pokemon from like your games for a walk in that thing as well. You can't do both at the same time, but whatever. But it'd be nice if it just had like the little screen on it, so you could do like the little things in it with keep track of the steps and all that jazz. You leave it in the dryer by mistake, and your Pikachu comes out swole.
Oh
It's like
god.
That's the
like
battery. That's not the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dreamcast VMU.
Yeah.
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 John, do you have a Pokemon Pikachu like in your collection?
I actually don't.
Really?
I have. I forget what they're called. They were Japanese exclusive, I think. I've got something similar. Keep talking.
Because like I think I had the Pokemon Pikachu 2. It was the one that was like grayish silver and it was like kind of see-through-ish.
Was yours in color?
It might have been. I can't
Because
remember.
they did eventually, I believe, release one in color. I
Yeah.
had one of the first models, and I actually just found it the other day at my parents' house.
Yeah.
But
No, I
believe they
didn't.
eventually made them in color.
Yeah, I didn't have a Pokemon Mini. God, I wanted a Pokemon
That's
Mini.
what I have. I have 2 of those.
Okay. Because like I had the Pokemon Pikachu, and what I would do is whenever I was like sitting in class or sitting wherever I was, because I was young at this point, I would attach it to my shoe, and I would move my leg up and down because I always been, like,
do you have,
fidgety.
do you have like restless leg syndrome, so you're just bouncing your knee up and down?
Well, I just fidget. That's just what I do.
Oh, okay,
but
yeah.
like, yeah, that's what I freaking wanted, dude. I wanted that so bad. I remember putting that
yeah.
on a Christmas list back in the day, the Pokemon Mini. But
I think it was
never
super
got
cool.
it.
I found 2 of them at some point. I don't know how I did, but
That's nuts. If there's a if I can find a Pokemon Pikachu at MAGfest, like somebody selling them, I will pick one up and give it to you instead of an Apple Watch.
okay, I will accept that.
But however, if you can't find the Pokemon Pikachu, you're getting an Apple Watch.
No, God, damn it.
No.
But before we get off the subject of Apple Watches, when you install it like with your iPhone, it transfers like some of the apps that are compatible with it. So
Yeah.
it's like okay, like a couple of minor messaging ones, stuff for my bank card and whatnot. Jimmy John's has just a watch app, and I think it's just that you tap it and it's like whatever your last order was at Jimmy John's, you just hit a button and it'll put it in again.
It's like an Amazon button. It's like just buy it automatically with that.
And you'll hold it up. It's like watch, order me McDonald's.
Please, I need it. Give it to
I
me.
require McDonald's. God, there's an old Tumblr post that somebody I follow keeps reblogging, and it kills me every single time. It's like this guy it's a text for most of it, and it's this guy who's like ordering food from a fast food restaurant. He's like, all right, so you're getting the burger and the drink. Did you want fries with that? And he goes, yeah, hold on 1 second. And he like pulls a mirror out of the pocket, and it shows a picture below of like of Michael Jackson inside a compact mirror. He's like, should I get the fries? And Michael Jackson goes, yeah, you're gonna need the energy. He's like, okay, I'll get fries. And that's the whole post. And it gets me every time.
Oh, see, I've seen that, but I've seen it with Columbo. And it's a pocket. It was a video, and it's a pocket Columbo. He's like my wife. See, one of those fries, they could feed like the entire family. That keep us up fit for a week. But you should have it now. You're gonna need the energy. It's something like that.
My wife's a big fan. Pocket Columbo. Oh my God. Today is Manatee's birthday. He's turned 2.
Hey,
Happy birth.
Happy birth.
Man,
Got
she shares a
him.
birthday with Gerard.
Ooh, nice.
So who's
Actually,
older?
I can't remember when Blue's birthday.
Did you ask who's older?
I was just double check. I'm pretty sure it's Gerard.
Yes, Manatee was born on January 3rd, 2021.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Just wanted
But
to
in
double-
dog
Man,
years.
that would be an old dog if Manatee was born before Gerard. I'm not saying that Gerard is old. I actually think Gerard is younger than me, but yeah, Manatee would be a very old dog if that was the case.
Wait, how old are you, Tom?
32. I'll be 33 in March.
I am a little bit younger than you, just by a little bit.
Were you born in May
1990.
of the same year?
No, I was born in August of 1990.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
I'll be turning.
youngsters.
Steven, what about you?
I'm gonna be turning. Oh God, what am I?
I was, I was hoping.
The only reason I know how old you are is because you're 1 year older than me and born in the same month.
I was hoping
Oh,
you were going to
okay.
go. I'm
So
your
wait, I'm
granddad.
gonna
You're gonna be
30.
30. You're gonna be 34 on the 20th.
Four.
Yeah, 34 on the 20th of March.
Oh my
Shout out
god.
to
I remember
Dan.
your birthday.
just
I
put
also
in
remember
the-
your birthday because it was the same day that Animal Crossing came out.
Shout out to Dan who
It's
just
hard-
put in our podcast room. You'll be 34, Grandpa.
I mean, so it's sometimes it's difficult because like Mal and me are a year apart, so Mal's a year older than me. But then sometimes I remember her birthday is my birthday, and she remembers her birthday is mine. So like I'll be like, I'm gonna be 35, and then Mal will be like, wait, I'll be 36. And I'll be like, well, no, that doesn't seem right.
No, but
And then we
but
just
then
have
I'll be
to sit
36
there.
and you'll be 37. No, wait, I'm 37. You're gonna be 38. What's happening? Time is advancing.
This conversation happens several times a year. Our home is full of fun.
You're the youngest grandpa I've ever met. I just want
And
you
a
to know
cat.
that.
Yes.
And a cat.
And a cat.
And a cat.
And a cat.
And a cat. John, like, how old are you again, John? I can't
I
remember.
turned 37 in November.
37. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm the oldest one here.
Darn it.
You actually fall right between my siblings. My brother is gonna be 38, I think. No, actually, you're younger than my older sister. Sorry, my brother's gonna be 41 this year, and my sister's gonna be 39. No, you're young. Yeah, you're younger
So
than my
I'm
older
the
sister.
youngest.
Now I'm just confused.
I have been all and none at the same time.
John is every age and no age.
He is
John is
infinite.
eternal.
Oh, God.
John is everything and
Who wants to live
nothing.
forever? I kind of do. I'd be okay with it.
Oh, but
See,
you'd be so tired.
But I'm already tired, so it wouldn't be any different.
That
But you
is
just-
not true. I was tired in my 20s, and I am more tired than I was in my 20s. I can only assume that in my 40s and then 50s and then 60s, it will get progressively more tiring.
If you continue this like trend of like working out, how your 40s is going to go is that your face is going to become like very gaunt, like a skeleton, but you're going to be jacked.
You could have skipped one leg day, Stephen. Good God. Just one.
Well, you should
Like
look at this picture.
your body is like youthful and like stretching.
Oh, that was taken hours ago. That's me now.
That was
I
after
believe
your run. That was after your run.
That was
That's
after your
perfect.
run.
That was
Oh,
right after
for-
my
For
run.
audio
Also, my
listeners,
hair-
it is
my hair
Steven's
grew out.
head.
Oh yeah.
Steven's head photoshopped on a very, very buff man.
Is that from that picture
using
where
an,
it's like
iPad? An
it's like
Airbook.
there's like a meme that involves that where it's like this young guy, like this young skinny guy, like asking for advice online, and then everybody giving him advice is like these really nice buff people.
Yeah, that's what that's from.
I love that meme.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but the point is hopefully
The point is that you need to get a sauna suit.
God, we've come full circle
we
again.
have trash bags. I don't understand the difference.
But $20 to have them tailored into pants.
It's not using the word tailor is
And that's a stretch.
possibly an insult to tailors.
It comes in black and silver.
So do my garbage bags.
I doubt your garbage bags come in silver. Silver makes you look makes you look like you come from a future in a 1980s movie.
Everything's chrome in the future.
There it is! Oh my God, he got it! It's the meme where he pulls out the fishes thing out of pocket. Mikey, what do I do? And it's a mirror with Michael Jackson's face in it. Get the fries. You'll need the energy in the coming days. Stuffs it back into my pocket. Yeah, the meal would be great.
It's so weird. That is a meme. Like I consider myself a meme connoisseur, and I've never seen that before.
Right now I'm looking
That
for
gets
pocket combo.
Tumblr is like so wild when it comes to memes, like compared to everywhere else, because
Yeah.
it's just the most unhinged stuff you'll ever see coming across.
Like I think that like if I had a doctorate in memes, it would be video memes and like music memes. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Because like those, like I show, like people think that they're gonna get me on cast, and I'm just like, bro, I saw this 3 years ago. Please get on my level. But then like I'll show them stuff, and they're just like, what the frick is this? I'm like, yeah, y'all have no idea how powerful I truly am. It's just funny to me.
The
I
trick
love-
is to just make your own memes, and then it's always new.
God, I wish that I was that talented. Like I wish that I had the ability to go viral. Like
I
that
have
would be
made
cool.
2. Both involve screaming.
Well, you're not wrong. Now you got. Have you redone it for Clodsire?
Oh yeah, that one's up there.
That's what I thought.
I tried doing different screams, but it just didn't hit the same. So I did a very similar one to the Quagsire scream.
Fair enough.
Here, you guys can check this out later. That's point of view. Columbo helps you order McDonald's. That's
Oh my god, that's incredible.
yeah, it's by Gianni.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Hold on, I'm gonna listen to it really quick.
Gee whiz, I don't know. I always get the fries when I order fast food. That's just because Mrs. Columbo likes them. I know it'll make her happy. Don't they got any chili at this joint?
Oh my god.
This is a great content for an audio podcast, by the way.
I'm trying to figure out how to keep it rolling.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
I
Listen,
watched
this
it for
is
like
all-
a second, and I'm like,
this is
well,
all
no,
just
I gotta
been
start. Oh god.
I was gonna say this has just been an ad for McDonald's. What we're
Yeah.
trying to do.
I think it's an ad for Columbo,
We've been an
personally.
ad for McDonald's and Apple Watch at this point, so
I'm
we're
loving it.
kind of
Why-
like in between on that one.
Why haven't we been paid yet?
Well, because we
That
have to
never-
like tell them we want to be paid before we do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we've been doing it wrong this whole time.
I could reach out to that. I could reach out to that ad agency that approached me about the McDonald's Mario Kart toys, where the first line of their email was 2 links to Mario Kart and McDonald's related things I said, where the first one was again, this is for McDonald's Happy Meal toys. The first link was to a clip of me playing Mario Kart and discussing Zeus's sexual appetites, where the McDonald's meme was about how I like eating McDonald's to get rid of a hangover.
You know,
God.
that's fair.
So you know what? I'll reach out to them again, and we'll see what we can get the ball rolling on this disc only here. So
Good.
So
Keep us posted.
can I read y'all an email that I received?
redact what you need to.
Yeah, I'll redact. So these are the types of freaking emails that you get as a content creator. Okay, well, quote unquote, whatever. But this literally has nothing to do with anything other than wanting to promote a school type of deal. But this is the message that I got. Ready? For enter name here, which is not me. Okay, so for random name here, please confirm the issuance of the included educational resource. Okay. Hello, name not me. We are contacting you as a courtesy to inform you that the below is pending your attention and a few minutes of your input is required to proceed to continue. At this time, we need you to verify and make the necessary corrections to the form to be sure that it is all set to submit to the process in process. I don't know why it keeps like doubling up on the end of these. It just like, but it just keeps going on, and then there's a button that says simply continue to this page located here. And I'm like, I am not going to simply continue.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to simply continue. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, I love word salad.
Dude, word
When,
salad emails are like my favorite freaking thing that I get.
they're-
Like that is just a beautiful thing.
I've been getting stuff like that a lot since at the beginning of last year, my Discord account was hacked and it had like my email on it. So like I've been getting a lot of those spam emails just from like anywhere. All of them addressed to Linda.
Linda.
Oh, Linda.
I love the ending of this email though. This is the last part of it. The quicker you move in on this, the faster we can be on your side.
I feel like I had one that was very similar to that I wanted to share, but I can't.
Like what the frick, dude? Like at least like
I don't know why
double check what you're writing.
I don't know why I have a saved email from Dove that says the truth about dandruff and how to fix it.
Maybe they just felt you needed to know.
It's possible.
Sometimes we save emails in the height of passion, and we just don't remember why we saved them.
It's like, you know what? Yes, I would like to know the truth about dandruff. Maybe I thought it was like the National Enquirer.
Maybe. Like I keep my emails, like I keep all my emails unread unless like it's something that I have to do in the future. So if I see a notification on that, it's something that I need to get done. Like I make sure that my email is completely cleaned out. Like I can't stand having spam emails in there, dude. It drives me nuts. Like especially whenever it pops up on the screen with the oh my god, it pops up on the screen with the little icon. Just is insane to me.
Steal!
Also,
God
Tom,
damn it,
do I
Steel!
want to know why your avatar looks like that?
Steel
Isn't that like
Bouncer.
Tom, you look sweaty. Are you all
that's
right?
an emote.
That is now an emote. Yes, that is on that is on my friend Sheena's channel. Yeah,
What is that? Sheena Lude or what is it called?
yeah. AMG Sheelude.
That's what I thought. All right.
To those that listen to the audio podcast, it was that same meme with Michael Jackson, but instead of Michael Jackson was replaced with the Tom face as with doing the Ahegao face.
I hope you can find a towel soon. You just look so wet.
He just got done running. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were probably running in flannel.
I'm sorry, this one in particular. It's like the drawing of like a giant Apple computer above, I'm assuming Steven, where it's like Discolly presents Gamify Sleep automated responses. You'll be dead.
Skull emoji. Oh man.
I after Steven sent me that, I sent him a clip from a comedian like called Randy Feltface, where it's him and another guy singing a song called Perspective, where they're just like, well, when things got you down, you got a rock stuck in your shoe, you're at the end of a long line, you just got to remember a simple fact that'll help you get through it all. Soon you'll be dead.
Jesus.
Really
And
brings
it's like
you home.
it's like this very like happy song too. Because like after they say that, they go into a bunch of so like soon you'll be dead, la 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 la.
There's a meme that's been going around with a character from Final Fantasy 14 who's like a really nice and like wise character in the game. And it's like, whenever you are having a bad day and nothing seems to be going right, give up. But he continues to go on and be like, some days are just crappy. Save your energy and move on to the next one. Go to bed, go to sleep, and wake up the next day. And it's like it's like such a freaking a shift that it completely throws you off guard because that's not something that character would say, but then he continues and then it becomes something that a character would that character would say. And it's just like, golly, I love stuff like that.
Someone in chat said that it reminds him of a snowman holding a sign that said "I'll be dead soon." If that's not from Calvin and Hobbes, it greatly reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes, where he's just making all the different snowmen that are like I remember there's like the ones where it's like he made snowmen that were designed to like look more grotesque as they melt, just because like the fleeting like it's sort of like a fleeting life kind of thing. God, I miss that comic so much.
I don't think I've ever really read too many like newspaper comics. Like, that was just not a part of like my thing growing up. Like, I never read the newspaper, so I never really saw them. But I think like the only one that I can remember is, oh shoot, what is it? It's like Zitz or something like that. It's like the kid at school or whatever with his like parents. I cannot remember any of them. Like
there were a bunch. Like I thrived
know.
off of like newspaper comics in the day. You know, you got the ones that everybody knows like Garfield and Charlie Brown, but then you had like there was High and Lois, Family Circus.
I do remember Family Circus. I do remember that one. Peanuts as well.
Like so many of them were hit and miss, but like Calvin and Hobbes was almost always like spot on.
Yeah.
One thing I
Okay.
found weird, I don't know if it's just the newspaper that was in our area growing up or what, like they had a lot of like action comics on there. Like they had like Dick Tracy, The Phantom, and they had Spider-Man, but it was like 3 panels of Spider-Man per newspaper. So it was just really weird pacing for it.
We got that where I lived in the newspaper that came to my house. Not necessarily like Marvel comics, but it was like very like gritty sort of like action comics that I loved when Calvin and Hobbes would play on those, because they would do the what were they called? Tracer bullet segments, where like the entire thing of Calvin and Hobbes, that it's like he's got a very active imagination. He's not the greatest kid. He's got the vocabulary of like a college graduate, but he can't add 2 + 2. Like he would have like all these active imagination bits where it's like the art style would like have these very dramatic, these very large like dramatic shifts. One of them was Tracer Bullet, where he was like a private eye, and like that always sort of like to me was like a play on those action comics that you'd see every now and again in the newspaper.
You know what's a crazy thought? Freaking the first Batman comic, like think back to like whenever like talking like number one. It's like it's nuts to think that that one comic book created so much revenue in different forms. You know, like the character of Batman, like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like I love thinking back to like the guy who I can't remember the creator of Batman. But it's just thinking back, it's like, man, he has no idea that he's basically going to like revolutionize like a character or make a character that's going to impact so many people. You know, it's really cool to think back to that type of stuff for me. Action Comics number one, I believe.
I think Action Comics was Superman. I think Batman was Detective Comics.
Yeah, no, Detective Comics. That's right. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, whenever Batman came out, it's like, oh my God, you just created a character that is going to like take the world by storm. You know, it's so cool to me to think about that type of stuff.
One thing that always strikes me as funny is like you look back at some of those old comics. Batman used a gun and regularly killed people in those comics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like back in the older days of like Superman comics, man, like he could blow away entire universes with like a sneeze before they retconned that crap. Like,
yeah,
like Superman could literally do anything back in the day, and then they had to like tone him down a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, we made him too powerful.
Like I don't know, man. Like that's just one of those things that I think back to, and I'm like, man, to have that type of impact, dude, that'd be so cool. You know,
just the multitudes of new kryptonite they came out with.
Yeah. I mean, he had to have something that stopped him.
I certainly wouldn't mind watching like a movie about Batman with a gun.
Isn't that just Batman versus Superman?
That's true. He did. Yeah, I believe he used a gun in that.
He gave him a gun.
You know, you're right.
But at least an animated form that does technically exist. There's a movie called Flashpoint where Flash travels back in time to stop his mom from being killed, and it creates a ripple effect where Bruce Wayne dies in the alley instead of his parents. His mom becomes the Joker, and his dad becomes Batman, who uses a gun.
Huh. Dude, those are like super cool. Freaking, oh man, dang it! Now you got me wanting to talk about like who would win in the fight between Superman and Batman. Like,
who would win, Goku or Superman?
Goku or okay, there's a death battle of Gogeta versus Gogeta, or Gogeta versus Vegito. I haven't watched it yet, and I'm very curious to see who would win that fight, just because it's the same freaking character.
I do like probably one of my favorites is in Dragon Ball Fighters when they added Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as a fighter. Like they play that up so much because there are two dramatic finishes involving those characters. One of them where Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta wins, and one of them where Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta wins, and they're both essentially the same, just the roles are reversed.
Dude, there are like 14 Gokus in that video game. Like,
oh god, yeah.
It's so freaking silly to me. Oh my god. And one of the most annoying things in the world, because like I'm a Guilty Gear guy. Like I play a lot of Guilty Gear, but I barely ever play Dragon Ball Fighters. But I have a friend of mine who me and him, we go at it in freaking Dragon Ball Fighters, man, because we're both kind of like on the same level. But he picks freaking GT Goku, so I can't hit him. He picks what's his name? Ultra Instinct Goku, so I can't hit him. And then he picks freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so I can't hit him. It's just like he picks like the craziest freaking overpowered characters, and it drives me crazy because I play 16 and I like to dunk people. So like I'm a grappler in every video game that I play. I have a problem. But it drives me crazy. And yes, I'm calling out my friend right now. He freaking picks easy characters. I want to dunk all the Gokus. Shout outs to freaking Life Arrow.
I still haven't played the Dragon Ball fighting game. But I played the one on PlayStation.
Budokai?
Oh, Budokai.
1. No. The first, like the one, like is it called like Supersonic 22 or something?
Oh, you're talking about
Supersonic Fighters? Let me see.
Old one.
It's like
I looked it up, and not counting like Goku's like family lineage, there are 9 iterations of Goku in Fighters.
Ultimate Battle 22. God. Is that it? Ultimate Battle 22. That seems right.
Well, Tom, you gotta just well, I mean, there are 9 iterations of Goku, but some of them are fusions, and one of them is his dad, which is basically him.
Right. I didn't count. Well, I probably should have counted this. I counted Goku Black as Goku because it's literally Goku's body.
Basically, yeah. Like it's. I just find it really funny how many Gokus are in that freaking game. Like it's nuts. And
What did you
I
say
love
the
it
name
to
of that
death.
game was again, Steven?
Ultimate Battle 22.
22.
Ultimate Battle 22.
Yeah, that game is old.
That is, when did that release?
95.
It came to the United States it's 95 in Japan. It came to the United States in 2003 on the PlayStation.
You don't talk crap about Goku with a bandana.
I feel like I've played another one. Was there more on the PlayStation?
There were a lot of Dragon Ball games on the PlayStation.
The main ones that I remember are Budokai, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, Tenkaichi.
Well, those are all
Budokai
PS2.
wasn't until the PS2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It wasn't.
There was I'm trying to think. The first ever Dragon Ball game that was released in the US was
Final Bout.
Yeah, it was a Dragon Ball
Final
GT game called Final Bout.
Final Bout. I played Final Bout. I have also played Ultimate Battle 22, but I think I've also played Final Bout.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's like if you happen to be watching Dragon Ball on its US release and Final Bout came out and you're like, whoa, guess what? You just got spoiled to every major villain throughout the entirety of the series.
Yeah, they literally got you for everybody, even up into GT. It's really freaking funny.
I think like it was in the middle of like the Frieza saga, and then like you got Cell, Boo, the androids, Goku as a child and an adult at the same time. Gohan is older now.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of Final Bout because the thing that you are describing occurred. Because I had been watching Dragon Ball Z when it was on Toonami, and my friend had got a copy of Final Bout, and I went over to play it, and I was just like, "What's happening?"
I mean, you got to see
who are these characters?
Yeah, you were back in the Frieza saga while freaking like Super Saiyan 4 Goku was just staring you in the face in that video game. It's like, what the frick?
And that's such a wild. I think the thing that's so wild, and I didn't realize this until just now when we're looking up the release dates, is that like Final Bout came out in North America in 1997, and Ultimate Battle, despite being a 1995 game, did not release in North America until 2003. So why? Why did they do that? Why did they
I guess they just wanted
years?
They just wanted like DragonAll hype. They were trying to ride on the Dragon Ball hype in the US. Like that's the only reason that's the only rereason I can consider it. Although speaking of speaking of Dragon Ball video games, in the Boo saga, there's a scene where like Goku is describing how the Potara earrings work to Gohan. I think he's describing it to Gohan. Mr. Satan hears it and like imagines what it'd be like if he fused with Goku in that regard. And it's great. I posted in the general chat. It's just it's Goku. It's just like it's Goku's body and like facial features with Mr. Satan's gi, and like Goku has Mr. Satan's afro and mustache. It's great.
So perfect.
There is also a really cursed one from I believe it's Budokai 2. Where if it's Mr. Satan throws the Potara to Goku, they turn into a version of it where it's Mr. Satan's features with Goku's hair and no mustache.
Yeah, it's really freaking creepy, dude. I love it.
I posted it. John's away right now, but when he comes back, I think he can show the chat. Yeah, Goku's the name of it.
Goku, dude. Like I love those games because like they did so much fun random crap with like the characters in those games. Like I absolutely love that. Let me think.
At the very least, I can post it in the chat.
There was what was it? There was a PSP Dragon Ball game that I played that introduced me to Janemba, and I can't remember what the frick it was, but I played the ever living crap out of that. I just can't.
Fusion Reborn was a really good movie.
Yes, it really was. Like there was a lot of stupid crap in it too, but man, the fight between freaking Goku, Vegeta, and Janemba after he transforms into the red dude, oh my god, it was so wonderful. There's so much creativity in that freaking film. I love it to death.
Chat saying either Tag Team Budokai or Shin Budokai.
I do not know off the top of my head. But yeah, man. Oh my god. The movies, some of the movies were, but some of the movies were so freaking good. Like, I mean, Dragon Ball Super Broly is my favorite anime movie. Like,
I cannot get over that. I cannot get over that one shot in the Broly movie where you're seeing the fight through Goku's eyes.
Dude, it's so good. Oh, I got to watch that in theaters. I got to
Same.
go
That
and watch
was
it
it
in
was
theaters.
such an amazing experience.
I know, dude, and like that's why that movie is the reason why I main Super Broly and freaking Dragon Ball Fighters, because I love Super Broly so much. I feel so bad for his voice actor though. God, they fricked him over. He had to scream the entire freaking show, like even more screaming than usual, because like they scream a lot, like but literally everything he did was like it was insane.
It's yeah. No, just like all the screaming. All of the screaming. Like there was
so
there was like stories of how like even just across Dragon Ball in general, like Sean Schemmel when he was recording screams for Super Saiyan 4 Goku passed out in the sound booth from all the screaming he was doing.
Oh yeah, dude, Sean Schimmel is an absolute like just boss. I freaking love and Chris Abbott. Like Chris Abbott has some of my favorite voices of all time, and I'm really really happy with that. Yeah, I know that Vic had a good time playing Broly though. Like he had to like if you get to scream for a couple days for a living and you get paid for it. That's that's basically what I do and what Tom does. So I mean, it works out, doesn't it? Yeah, it was the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, if I'm not mistaken.
Where he passed that, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you go and watch that, bro, that motherfucker screams for like 5 minutes straight. It is ridiculous, dude.
I feel like there's another voice actor story that's like similar to that, where like I want to say it was Mark Hamill who did like some like ridiculous laugh as the Joker, and his insurance company caught wind of that, and they were like, if you do that again, we're not going to insure you.
Dude, oh my God, Mark Hamill.
I think that's the story. I don't remember if that's true or not.
I absolutely love Mark Hamill as a actor and as a voice actor. I mean, Joker is my favorite villain of all time. So yeah, he's fantastic. Goodness.
Sorry, I've continued to go down this incredible rabbit hole of like these games because I was just really I was really amused at the concept that GT Final Bout came out in 1997. Like it came out very shortly after the Japanese release. So like in Japan, this Dragon Ball GT game was new, and then it came out in North America, even though Dragon Ball like conceptually was not here. And then that led me to be like, well, when was Dragon Ball Z here? So Dragon Ball Z first had its premiere in the U.S. in September of 1996. So it was a year later that Dragon Ball GT Final Bout came out on the PlayStation. Now, from what I've read, Dragon Ball Z was very successful when it came out in the U.S. Like, people really liked it. However, it had not been out for very long.
Nope.
So it's just such a wild concept that, and like I get it because they wanted
more
capitalize
money.
on that.
Yeah, money, Steven. Like that's
There's
why.
like, okay, this is a Dragon Ball video game, but yeah, that's just so wild. The other thing I was reading is apparently Bandai America only produce. This is coming from who wrote this? This is from Destructoid. This is posted randomly on Destructoid, and it's cited on Wikipedia, but I don't really believe it. But it says that around 10,000 copies made it stateside, and like I don't know that I believe that exactly, but it might be true because they released it in 1997 in the U.S., and then in 2004, 7 years later, they reprinted the game. And that might be because they didn't make very many copies of the game to begin with. So that's very fascinating to me. There's a ton of Dragon Ball games on systems earlier than the PlayStation, but they weren't out in the US. So like Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, that might be the first stateside game?
It is. It is the first stateside game. Okay. There are 2 listings for Dragon Ball GT Final Bout on price charting. And the one labeled Bandai goes for significantly more than the one not labeled Bandai.
Yeah,
I guess the reprint had like different box art.
And like there is a Dragon Ball. I mean, there might be more examples of this. I just know one off the top of my head. There's a Dragon Ball game for NES that we did get in the States. It just didn't. It was reskinned to not be Dragon Ball.
It was just like a Journey to the West game instead.
Exactly. Yes.
Dragon,
but it is
like,
essentially
I think it was
the
called
same
Dragon
game.
Power in the U.S.
Yeah, I think it says Dragon in the name. Yeah. But I think as far as like, U.S. game, yeah, that was the first one. Man, that's so weird. It's interesting because I've never looked into this at all, and I'm coming back to this a little bit and remembering going over to my friend's house and him being like, check this out, and us playing this game. And Dragon Ball, I guess at the time, was relatively new. Like, I would have just started watching it, and I didn't own a PlayStation. So going over to my friend's house and playing this and getting a very brief taste of like what was coming up for the next several years in a show is actually that's a wild concept.
Of things to come.
Golly, man. Like watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami was such a fun experience. Like Toonami was like what really got me into watching anime back in the day. Like that was really the only way that I knew how to watch it whenever I was younger, because I didn't really have access to the internet or anything like that. And it was, oh man, it was so good. Frick.
One of my favorite things that they've done recently with Dragon Ball is there's a I don't know if it's filler or not, but in a recent like Dragon Ball Super arc where like Vegeta pretty much like interacts with like this liquid that turns into him, and the liquid is like the liquid version of Vegeta is voiced by the guy who voiced Vegeta for the Ocean dub, the original Over 9000 guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait. What character is that? Baby
Ryan
Vegeta?
Drummond.
No.
Yeah. Ryan Drummond was the voice actor, but it was this is in Super, so it was like there's this stuff. I think it's called like the Ultra Divine Water, the Super Divine, something along those lines. But basically, like it touches Vegeta and it creates a copy of him, and it's voiced by Brian Drummond, the original Vegeta voice from.
I need to go watch that, dude. I need to go watch that. I'm not. So
you do not need to watch the whole thing. It's not a good filler. That's just a nice little Easter egg in it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I haven't watched all of Super yet. I need, like, I've seen like certain things, like I've seen the fight between him and Kefla. I've seen the fight between him and Jiren, because I kind of bounce back and forth. Like, I understand the story. It's freaking Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
But like, dude, oh my god, dude, there's some really awesome scenes in freaking Super that I just love. I mean, the final interaction between him and Kefla is just god tier anime.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Just freaking skirt. But
if you do plan on watching the whole thing, just be warned, the Tournament of Power drags on a lot.
Yeah, I've heard.
Can I just say, I like how while I'm here, y'all are talking about exercise and Apple Watches and stuff like that, and the second I go away, y'all start talking about anime and game collecting. My specialties, y'all just leave. Like, I'm not here. Like, bring it on.
Oh, John, I gotta tell you another thing that the Apple Watch can do.
I'll be back in a minute.
So there was apparently a Dragon Ball Z game also released for Sega Saturn, which is interesting. I didn't know that.
Not in
not
North
American, not the North American release, but.
It's kind of a shame that like we didn't get more of like the I mean, like obviously because it wasn't brought over to the stateside, but like some of those Super Nintendo Dragon Ball games are really good.
Yeah, Hyper Dimension's really good.
Dude, have y'all ever played the ones for the Game Boy Advance?
No, the Legacy of Goku series?
Dude, oh my god, I love that game series so much. It was like playing freaking well, I mean, this is a bad comparison, but it was like playing Dragon Quest for me, but without the battles. Like, you know what I'm talking about, like the turn-based, because I've never really been a very, very big fan of turn-based. No, I'm sorry, it was more like playing Golden Sun, but you just fought the enemies that were already there, and that was just the coolest freaking thing, man. I loved that series so much.
If it's the game I'm thinking of, there's a small Easter egg in it when you go into like an electronics shop where there's a bunch of like they're small and you really can't tell what they are, but there's a bunch of Super Nintendo like game boxes on like the counter at this electronics shop, and they're all like references to games that inspired the Legacy of Goku series.
Dude, so there's a really big frick you moment in that game that I can remember. There's a part where you're trying to figure out like how to get through a certain area, and the freaking way to do it is to go through a wall that has you have no idea that wall is actually open, and it drives me that drove me crazy back in the day. But yeah, man, dude, I remember playing through that. I remember playing that on field trips and stuff. Like I'd be on the bus and I would just play that the entire freaking time. Oh man.
I remember that was the same way with me, and I never actually played Golden Sun, but I watched a friend play it like on the bus when we go on field trips.
Dude, my granddad is the coolest granddad ever. Whenever I was playing through Golden Sun, I did not know how to get through certain parts of the game. And we didn't have a lot of extra money at that point in time. So what my granddad would do is he would take me to the store whenever I got stuck, and he would let me I couldn't buy it because we didn't have the money at that time. But he would let me go to the store, read the guide, and figure out how to do what I needed to do, and then we'd come back home, and then I would play the game that way. And I was just like, freaking, like, Papa's just the best. And like that right there was my favorite thing. That's my favorite memory of Golden Sun is playing that with my granddad. And him taking me to the store. It's like, are you stuck again? I'm like, yeah, I have no idea how to get through, like, because it was like, I think it was Mercury Lighthouse or whatever that one was that I just could not freaking figure out. And he would take me to the store because we couldn't buy the book because it was like $30. But yeah, because the game was given to me by a friend of mine, so like I didn't end up buying it at that point in time, I think. And it was super cool. Like my granddad's freaking awesome, and that's a memory of me and him that I think I'll always remember. Yeah, Mercury Lighthouse sucked.
That was interesting because like game guides feel so fleeting between having to call an 8 or 900 number to get like video game tips and the rise of the internet.
When did Golden Sun come out? That game came out in 2000. Yeah, I was 11 years old. Whenever I played that game. So my granddad would take me to the store, and it was just like the most freaking wholesome thing ever. Love that. Thank you, Papa. I don't think he listens, but he could.
Send it to him. This is the first episode he can listen to as we talk about the Apple Watch and Dragon Ball and video games.
Dude, so funny you say that. My granddad, he used to like have like a rotary phone, like the actual like spinning phone.
Yep.
He has upgraded so much in the past couple of years. Like he uses an iPad more proficiently than I do. It's like ridiculous. He has an iPhone. He freaking like sends pictures to the family. It's like, Papa, where did you level up? Like, I don't understand how you've gotten so good at this. Because
I love it,
man.
I'd love it if they made an app for the iPhone where you can still use the touchscreen, but it just functioned as a rotary phone. So like you hit the button and then you spin it to bring it all the way to one side, and then you let go of it and it would dial the number that way. That'd be great.
I wonder if they have an app like that. I do wonder if there's actually something like that. That'd be funny. I'd get that.
Instead of rotary dialers.
I'd 100% get that.
I also would not mind. Like, I would love it if there were just apps for all like older forms of communication on the iPhone. So like, I'd be like a telegraph app. That'd be great.
Just Steven laughing at that got me. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't want a telegraph app? You wouldn't want the button to be there and be like beep, 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 beep,
there's a new
beep,
service,
beep,
and it's like
beep, beep, beep,
Uber,
beep, beep.
but instead of someone coming to pick you up, it sends a pigeon, and you give the pigeon your letter.
Maybe not that old.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're going back in time.
Yeah, it's called Uber Carrier.
I smoke signals. Telegraph.
I smoke weed.
The telegraph. I love that. Thank you, Dan. Telegraph.
Oh, I see. Capital A in for app.
I freaking love that. I mean, there has to be like apps for Morse code and stuff, right? Like there has to be like that teaches you or like allows you to like type in Morse code or something.
They make phone accessories for people who are blind, right? So like they plug. I would imagine it's like something where it's like they plug it into the bottom, or maybe just phones in general for it, where it's like what would it have on it?
It would have like a tactile keyboard for it.
Like that, but also in terms of like for reading stuff, it would just be like a grid of like these like bumps and these bumps that can like pop in and out, so that way you could read it like Braille.
Bro, if that is not a thing, like if you can figure that crap out, you'd be a millionaire. Like that's $1 million idea right there. Like a Braille creation app or a creation item. Because like you know those little like those pin boards that you can get that have like 1,000 like metal pins. You put your hand on it and shows your hand on the backside of the thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that, but it's like Braille. Nobody steal this freaking idea that who listens to this. All right, you'll owe us residuals. Like I think that would be the coolest freaking thing if that's a possibility. I don't even know.
You just made me remember that image I saw of somebody playing Armored Core with the controller backwards.
Oh God. Oh, the ultimate crab grip.
Yep. Or like actually that makes me think of the PS Vita as well. What was that one game? It's from the people who made Little Big Planet, but it heavily utilized the back touchscreen of the Vita. Tearaway?
What is it?
Tearaway, yeah.
That was an interesting game. It did not do as well as Little Big Planet because A, it was on the Vita, and B, I guess people who played it didn't like it as much.
It got ported to PS4.
It was a really interesting concept.
I miss Little Big Planet, dude. That game was fun. Like when that game came out, me and my sister played the frick out of it.
They made the Sackboy game.
Yeah, like Sackboy's Big Adventure or something on PS5.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like
I don't think that was Media Molecule. I thought that was a different company. Because Media Molecule was working on Dreams at the time.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's Media Molecule. But now I'm going to find out who it is.
Sackboy's Big Adventure was developed by Sumo Digital.
Oh, yeah, the Sonic Team Racing
And
guys.
didn't they do 3?
Yeah, there's a Little Big Planet 3 as well.
Yeah.
They did do Little Big Planet 3, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I remember there being a bit of what do you call it? Like people didn't like 3 as much, and if it's not the same people, I can kind of see why.
That game. So 1 and 2 had like really good music in it. Like, and the only reason why I can remember that is because like I probably heard The Garden from that game like about 1,000 times because me and my sister would play like through the story mode over and over again. But then like I can't remember which one it was, but we found a level in the online level creator thing, right? Where you would just go down a ramp on a skateboard and then fly as far as you can. And that was the rest of our gaming experience with that. We literally would just load up that level and play together on it over and over and over again, trying to stop you from going, try to see how fast you can go. It was just like, I don't even know why that was the thing that me and her did with that. It was just that.
I regret missing out on it, but that kind of reminds me of like that mode in Skate 3 where you go down the giant jump.
Is that like Thrasher?
I don't remember what the game mode was called, but like you just that was pretty much the entirety of it. You go down the hill and then you like try to jump as far as you can or collide into as much stuff as you could.
I love
everything about Skate was good.
Yes.
I have a lot of opinions about Skate.
I think my favorite thing in Little Big Planet was that you could smack the living frick out of the other players.
Yeah, that was always fun.
That was great.
The review scores for the Little Big Planet series, I mean, it stayed pretty positive. Like the first one, these are all Metacritic. The first one is 95 because it was like a big deal. Little Big Planet 2 is a 91, and then 3 has a 79, and Sackboy has an 80. And like I've played 2 and 3, and like they were good. They were good.
I think the Vita one, or sorry, the PSP one.
The PS Vita one has an 88.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
So it's high.
As I recall, I believe there was a TRG meme spawn from Little Big Planet.
Yeah, there was a couple, but yeah, I think the big one was coffee.
Yeah, coffee. Yep.
I don't even drink coffee, and I just was just like, yeah, coffee, over and over.
I'd seen like the Wheel of Fortune bit with where it's like you win the prize, and then Emil goes, yeah, coffee. I'm like, what is that from? What is that from? And then eventually a scouring of TRG content later, I found it.
It's from the playthrough that we love the most, but the viewers watch the least.
Was that Little Big Planet 1 or 2?
Both. The actually coffee, I'm pretty sure was 1.
That was the start of the Emil's Rip Pants saga.
Yes.
So, what was y'all's first project as TRG? Was it
Mario Party 1.
It was Mario Party 1?
Yeah.
When was the one with Josh on you with y'all? Where
was
in
the
y'all's
second
timeline
one.
with that? That was the second one.
Yeah. Josh was on
Okay.
for 2, but the first one we had him on was the second one we did, which was New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, that's where I came in, watching y'all back in the day. That was a funny freaking playthrough, because that game is not meant for 4 players. Not really, at least.
No, not at all.
It actually I actually like the first one better than the second one because of the fact that they kind of optimized it for 4 players in the second one, and like I enjoyed the challenge of the first one not being like good for that.
Well, then you could play. You were able to play New Super Mario Bros. U, 5 players, but man, you better hope that 5th player with the gamepad was trustworthy, because otherwise you were not making progress at all.
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, like that, I think that was literally the first time. Because like, I've said this before. Like, I used to watch y'all's stuff like in from way back when, like individually, but I didn't know about TRG. It's kind of like it's funny. It's kind of like the Game Grumps. Like I used to watch like Ego Raptor stuff and then JonTron's stuff, but like I remember whenever they came together and I was like, oh, that's awesome, you know. But yeah, it's so weird looking back and like how life goes forward, you know.
Yeah,
Like
just
how
like
things work out.
the invisible strings that tie us all, you know.
Yeah, like my new shoes, which I'm still annoyed with.
They come untied very easily.
No, so I hate buying new shoes. Can anybody vouch for me on this? Like buying new shoes is like the most uncomfortable thing on the planet.
As like, I
They
can
just don't feel right.
I
They
can
don't
kind
feel
of
right.
not at first. You got to break them in.
I know. I hate it. I hate that so much. I'm such a sensitive boy. Whenever it comes down to shoes, man, like, because I just don't. I will wear a pair of shoes for like 4 years if I can. Like, I do not want to get new shoes because it's always annoying.
Well,
Thank
if
you,
you take
Chad.
care
I
of your
appreciate
shoes,
that.
you don't need to get them any more than that.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, I do play drums, and they rub on the bottom of the right foot, so they kind of like become.
So now you just have a collection of
uneven.
pristine left shoes.
Dude, it's so funny. I tell you what, my left shoes are always more comfortable than my right, no matter what I do, and it's so annoying.
Sounds like it might be your foot.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be because you are using it a lot more. It's
Yeah.
possible you just need like a dedicated right shoe for drumming.
The right shoe, left beef.
A nun pizza with left beef.
None
Buying shoes is very easy. You just walk into the shoe store and you say, "Bring me the sole pair of size 15 shoes you have," and then they bring it out, and it either works or it doesn't, and then you leave. It's a very simple, straightforward process.
It's a very simple and straightforward process for Stephen George and anybody else with very large feet.
Wait, are there drumming shoes? What?
Yeah, did you not know this? As a drummer?
What? No. Hold on. No freaking way. Oh my God, there is. What?
Do they sell them only as like one shoe as well?
What the? Oh my God, my life. What a
I
do
can't
not
believe this is how
understand.
Jared finds
Shoe
out about
shopping just
something for
became
his
a lot
own
easier
job.
and harder at the same time.
Freaking goodness, dude. I do not believe that. I had no idea that there were freaking drumming shoes. Excuse me? Cool.
Man,
well, I know what my next freaking purchase is.
It does make me wonder, like, what other things that Jared may not know. Like, Jared would be like, I love pizza, but God, it sucks to have to drive down there to get it. I just wish that there was some way that, like, I don't know, God, that they could bring the pizza to me? If we could only solve that.
Whoa, wait a minute. They invented a pizza shoe?
I was always gonna be tied to his job. Like, oh man, I keep losing my drumsticks. I wonder if there's just some way to like keep them in my hands. Like
KFC
strings.
Glue. That's one of those glue. Oh my God. I legit did not know that there were drumming shoes. Like, I had no clue. Oh my God. I am looking this up like right now.
It's one of those things where it's, I don't know why. Like I'm thinking like a Simpsons bit or something where it's like somebody walks by like a glass window pane to like see through into like Jared drumming, and it's like, and here we see Jared getting ready to drum. He's hitting the sticks together, but in reality, he's like hitting the sticks together to try to get people's attention. Help! They glued the sticks to my hands.
Please send help. That's perfect. Oh man, I did not know that. Well, thank you, chat, for teaching me something today. I appreciate that.
This is a one bit from it's a fairly recent episode of The Simpsons, but it's like everyone's like, or there's like an angry mob, and Homer's like, that's what Christmas is all about, and there's like this beautiful star glowing in the daytime, and they're like, oh my god, yeah. So it kind of shows them all like standing around, like reading Bible verses and whatnot, and then it cuts to where the star came from, and it was Hans Moleman shooting a flare to try to get a rescue.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Hans Moleman, how many of y'all here are older than Hans Moleman?
I do not know how old they are.
He's 35.
He is 31 years old.
31. Okay.
Oh, I am older than older than the Mole Man.
My name is Hans. Drinking has ruined my life. I am 31 years old.
Oh my goodness.
He's such a good character.
I was gonna show an actual like render that they put out for like, all right, here's what Hans should look like, and then, of course, one of the first results for Hans Moleman on Google image search: football in the groin.
Yeah. Hans Moleman Productions presents men getting hit by football. Ooh. The doink sound effect. Give that man the $10,000.
This isn't America's Funniest Home Videos, Homer. But
The entire episode is good.
The groin, it works on so many levels. God, that episode's like one of my favorites. It's so good.
Upon closer inspection, these are loafers. Hey, your shoe is untied. Taxi!
Barney's movie had heart, but football in the groin had a football in the groin.
Oh god, man! I'm realizing now just how many like hits that episode had when the Flanders were filming their version of Moses, and Rod gets like brushed down river in the basket as baby Jesus, and Flanders to God, get off your cloud and save my rod. And it strikes lightning into a tree to stop, and he's like, "Oh, thank you, Lord." Oakley dokley. And then, are you saying boo or boo earns?
I was saying boo earns.
And again, another Hans Moleman. Oh, it was Todd. I can't remember which was the older one, which was the younger one out of Rod and Todd. How do you sleep at night? On a big pile of money, surrounded by beautiful women. Just checking.
I'm gonna have to like watch an episode of The Simpsons at some point.
You still have not seen a single episode?
Well, Steven, you to The Simpsons is like John to Apple Watch.
Maybe like
no,
one.
that's not how that works.
Maybe like one. I remember there was it's like Mal knows a lot. Mal's seen almost probably the entire show, and there was one point I watched one with her, I think, and it was like a more recent one. And she was just like, this is disappointing because it's not the old ones.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Simpsons fans are like, I liked up to the first 10 seasons, and even then, like the 9th and 10th, or your mileage may vary. And then
I've
there's
heard
like
that
a big gap, and then like the more recent ones are like getting back up there in quality.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that they are getting better, but it's like after such a long, dry spell of mediocre Simpsons episodes, kind of hard to get back into it.
Like
the show has been on for 462 years, so that does make it difficult.
Was the first episode December of 1989?
It is the 80s.
Like I never really watched The Simpsons too much growing up. Like I'd catch an episode here and there, and I watched the movie, which I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, the movie was good.
But yeah, I really did not watch that much Simpsons.
There you go. It's called Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. Came out December 17th, 1989. And even then, there were also the Tracy Ullman shorts. That was just that particular date was when the first full episode of The Simpsons came out.
Yeah, man. Like all the references go straight over my head whenever it comes to The Simpsons.
Can I play my God, the Planet of the Apes the musical will live in my heart forever.
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Oh, Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. What was that one? It's like, I think you're crazy. I want a second opinion. You're also lazy. Yeah. Can I play the piano anymore?
Oh, of course. Well, I couldn't before.
Yeah, well, I couldn't before.
I hate every ape that I can see from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. Well, you'll never make a monkey out of me. Wait
oh my
a
God.
minute. I was wrong.
I was wrong.
It was Earth all along. Well, you finally made a monkey. Yes, we
finally made a monkey.
Well, you finally made a monkey out of me. I love you, Dr. Zaius. You can see we were raised on consumerism.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And that's why they all own Apple Watches.
The fact that, well, I mean, like the fact that they made Simpsons products for everything and people bought it kind of speaks to that as well. There was like I remember there was like a TV special about like people who had the world's biggest like Simpsons collections, and it was wild just how many products there were of Simpsons stuff.
Oh yeah, they were everywhere. So much merchandise.
I've played the arcade game.
Same.
And that's like about my full extent of Simpsons.
That's what I got too. That's basically it. That in the movie.
I know they are yellow.
There's a lovely drawing of Manatee for his second birthday, and it very accurate. Got the blue tongue right.
Aw.
He did not just eat all of the Jolly Ranchers. His tongue is actually blue.
All right. I think we're getting the we should wrap up sign, it looks like.
Yep.
So let's start wrapping her up, shall we? Let's go with our talking points first and foremost before we see what we're all up to. Year of the Rabbit. You'll be dead soon. Aggressive friendship. Running wrong. Pooping on your wrist. Mana 2. Meme MD. Batman with a gun. Dragon's balls. Telegra app. Drumming with shoes. The Sompsons. Tom, what you got going on?
Where did pooping on your wrist come from?
That was the
Tamagotchi.
Oh, yeah. All right. Still, let's play in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Mario plus Rabbids. I kind of took a break at the end of December, and I'm going to try to come back strong in January, although the strength probably won't happen until I'm back for MAGfest this weekend. But aside from that, I got nothing real big going on. Still kind of going between Xenoblade 3, Sonic Frontiers, and Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher on my Twitch channel with some other streams and multiplayer stuff thrown into it. I can't think of anything else I'm doing in January aside from MAGfest. So, yeah. That's it for me.
Steven.
Let's see. We've been releasing the segments for Extra Life over on Steven Plays, and those are just about done. Those will wrap up this weekend. Also this weekend, we'll be playing a new game on stream. Well, it's not a new game. It's an old game, but it's a new game to me, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to tune in and find out. Haha. What do you think about that?
I'm not going to be home, and I can't.
Well, then you will have to wait, John.
Why do I have to suffer?
You will have to learn the importance.
Why must we suffer in this life, Stephen?
I mean, do you have an hour?
Yeah, that's what this podcast is.
Well, the next month we'll talk about why there is suffering.
Okay, good. I'll wait a bit. It'll be a great way to cap off
It'll be the most
February.
exciting podcast that we have ever released.
It'd be a great way to cap off Valentine's Day in February.
We begin our.
Oh my lord! I guess it's my turn. Magfest. And then whenever I get back next Monday, we're getting back to the Drummond schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday as normal. 4:30 Eastern if you'd like to join the craziness. And also going to be releasing vids on YouTube every day and a short every day for at least a little while. Vids will continue for ad infinitum. I have no idea how to say that word. Ad infinity.
It's definitely infinity. Yeah.
Yes.
Infinity.
Yeah.
I will be releasing videos infinity. But like I'm definitely trying out some new stuff with shorts content, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So be prepared for random short freaking drum covers. So yeah.
I like how I'm the only one who didn't speak up on that infinite part. Well, I'm tired. I'm so tired because I'm trying to roll back my sleep schedule because I'm going to MAGfest. Throne Controllers is back this weekend. It is Saturday at noon if you're going to MAGfest. If you're not going to MAGfest, it is being streamed. I don't know which channel, unfortunately. I do believe it is like MAGfest Panel 1 or MAGfest 1, some name like that. It's happening in Panel 1.
Question for you really quick.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can get them your stream key so it can be on your channel?
I don't know.
Discussion for another time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mainly because like they stream all of the panels in that room.
Yeah.
On that feed, so they can also put them on their YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they just take the VODs and then just upload them to YouTube, so they probably wouldn't want that because of that.
Okay. It was just a random thought.
I mean, we're gonna record it and put it up on YouTube anyway, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
because I didn't know if we'd be able to get everybody to be able to watch and stuff live. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know if that's possible.
They can just go to MAGfest. Just go to the MAGfest page.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean, like branding wise.
I'm also on another panel. I believe it is Friday at 6 p.m. That's gonna be with Laughing Boy. We're gonna be talking about game collecting for about an hour in panels 3, I believe, and we're just gonna be talking about how ridiculous the price of everything is now.
Oh yeah, similar vein. I'm also on a panel with Laughing Boy. I'm doing the Zelda Universe panel with him. I don't remember what day or time it is though, because I haven't checked the schedule in a long time.
Yours, I'm pretty sure, is Saturday, because Andrew tweeted out the schedule at some point.
Thank you.
You might want to double check that though. The guidebook schedule for MAGfest is already up. So. Other than that, normal stream schedule: Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. Trying to start at least 7 p.m. Mountain Time now. Roll it back an hour at the very least from here on out. We'll see what's going on. Xenoblade continues on the 16th as long as I don't get con crud. We're nearing the end of the game, and we're at the point where I know the spoilers suddenly now, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this next stream goes. Fortune cookies on Saturdays as per usual, and we closed the cookie jar officially, so viewers can no longer put in game suggestions for fortune cookie because there are like 430 in there now. So we're gonna play catch up for the majority of the year probably at this rate, or we find a way to burn through them a little quicker. But yeah, that's otherwise it for me. Dan, what about you?
I guess as always, just twitch.tv/motiondan. But yeah, for editing wise, TRG were the last episode for Mario Party DS is actually this Saturday, so you can, if you've been waiting till they're all out, you can start now, and then by Saturday it'll
You'll be caught up. Yeah, because one went up today, and then there's one Thursday and Saturday, and that's it.
You could, by the time you get done with them, the Saturday will be the last one up, and then you could watch Throne Controllers, then the one on Saturday. If I'm thinking of the,
they're timed exactly right. The panel ends at 2. Actually, no, sorry. Panel ends at 2, and then the video goes up at 4 Eastern. I forgot. It's 2 my time.
There you go. So that means you still got time to watch between watching Throne Controllers and the finale to catch up.
There you go. You might need a little bit more time than the 2 hours, but I mean.
Right. You want to start beforehand, but if you don't finish beforehand, like you still, you could probably squeeze it in there.
Yeah, and then after that, we got a new series going up at some point. I don't know when that's going up exactly. Dan probably knows more than I do at this point.
Which one? I don't know.
Oh, then that means you got a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. No. Next episode of Disc Only, I assume since we don't have any blocking on the first Tuesday of February, it should be February 7th.
Yep.
So we'll likely see you then. As always, special thank you for Special thank you to Popsky for our theme song, Prism Shard for our logo, Paper Pennies for the beautiful art in our intro, and of course our producer's Motion Dan. I don't normally do raids off of Disc Only, but it's my buddy Gerard's birthday, the completionist, so I'm going to send you all over there here in a hot minute.
Yeah. Give Gerard that love.
But otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time you're going to MAGfest. A bunch of us will see you there. You'll have three-fifths of Disc Only there.
Yeah, I'm old. So
I'm
I'll be
older
at
than
home.
you.
3/5.
Listen.
But you're not noted internet grandpa.
Are you sure about that,
No,
John?
I'm noted internet girl.
I'm just so tired.
Yeah, you're not out tiring me, Steven. I'm sorry. I will have a tired off if I have to. You will lose.
Oh, I will tire your off, John.
No.
That is either a bumper or a segment for Coliseum this year.
It should definitely be a 4-hour segment.
Tired off.
See, we joked, was it, I think the first year we weren't able to do it in person, we originally had planned in person a nap segment where it was just people sleeping.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Coliseum, since it's kind of important, the date for Coliseum is getting revealed this Saturday at Throne Controllers, so maybe...
Thank God.
Yep.
I'm so excited for people to know.
And if you somehow miss that, good news, then I think everyone else is posting their videos the next day. So if you somehow missed the Throne Controller stream, you should see it posted around on Twitter, or you'll see it on YouTube on the Sunday. All right, now I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
This is the part of the stream where we keep talking even though we're not supposed to be mute. I don't know what's going on.
I don't think they can hear us though, Tom.
One of these days I am going to mute this, and you're just never going to know.
Well, good, because one of these days I can and will reveal my social security number.
I hope one day when we're done, you'll be like, oh, we were never live. And I'll just be like, all right.
Yeah, but the chat, John! The chat!
I just rig a very elaborate and intricate replay of a chat.
Wait, y'all read chat?
Hey, I got Halo Reach!
Happy New Year.
Bye, everybody.